You often hear people saying you need to backtest your strategy. But why is that? Now, to start this video off, I want to start off with a segment of Michael Jordan. People didn't believe me when I told them I practiced harder than I played, but it was true. That's where my comfort zone was created. By the time the game came, all I had to do was react to what my body was already accustomed to doing. People probably are going to start thinking that I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan, quoting this, also having a poster of him in my office, but to be completely honest, I'm not. As you guys probably know, I live in Europe, and if you live in Europe, basketball isn't really that huge like it is in the US. But I'm a fan of hustlers. I'm a fan of grinders, I'm a fan of people that work hard. And I aspire to be like them, and that's the only reason I look up to them. Now, in trading, how can you really get more trades under your name? Basically in three ways. You have live trading, you have demo trading, and you have backtesting. Today, I will make you a master of backtesting. First of all, I will be your trading coach for today. To tell a little bit about myself, I've been a trader for 5 years, I've been a trading coach for 16 months, and I've been successfully trading with prop firms for the last 2 years. I've been trading with prop firms for around 3 years right now, but successfully for around 2 years. Now, backtesting is also the most essential part of my coaching programs. And if you're not backtesting, you're really missing out.
So my average hour is 1.57, but what I realized if you go down here,
But if you're taking a trade, what are you doing?
So what I realized most of my positions are either I'm closing out early. That's what I realized on most of my winning positions, whereas my losses I'm not closing out. I'm just letting it's hitting SL.
Okay, so let's make a deal right now. I teach you how to properly backtest, but you will give me your focus and attention, and you will close all other tabs. So do it right now, close all other tabs. By the way, if you're liking this content, consider subscribing. I really enjoy making these videos, and I would really love to grow the channel more and teach more people how to trade correctly. So if you have done all of that, let's go further. Now, when I first started out trading, I didn't see the point in backtesting. It felt like it took so much time, and to be honest, I didn't feel like doing it. So what it came to is that I pushed myself over and over and over again. But to be honest, I never know why I should. And knowing the reason why you're doing something is crucial. Now, the reason why we should backtest, I will come back to that in a second. So then it came to a point where I started playing around with the TradingView replay tool. But to be honest with you, I hated every second of it. And it was such a pain to use. If you've ever used the TradingView replay tool, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, it works, but if you're going to use what I'm showing you in a second, you will see that this is just costing you so much more time than it should, and you cannot properly backtest on the TradingView replay tool, unless, of course, you're paying for the highest package that is like $300 a month. Now, if you're watching this video, it's probably or you don't know how to backtest correctly, or you're not backtesting consistently. So, to do something consistent, we want to make it as easy as possible in order for us to build up this habit. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove all friction. And this starts with using the right software. I have found that honestly, FX Replay is the best software out there. And I can say that I've been proud partners with them for almost a year now. But I was recommending them way before they even started working with traders on YouTube and Instagram. You know, I hate to call myself an influencer, but before they started working with trading influencers. And right now there are 2 discount codes in the description that you can use to get a discount for life on your subscription on FX Replay. So I would say make sure to start out right, check it out, so that at least you're using the right software. Other than using the right software, you need to further eliminate all friction so that you can improve your focus. So what I like to do is I put on my headset. So headset with brainwaves. What I like to use is brain.fm, or you can go on YouTube and search for very easy and calming playlists or videos, as brain.fm is $5 a month, something like that. There are definitely free alternatives on YouTube. Now, secondly, I use earplugs. Earplugs underneath my headset, and believe me, try this out sometime, and you will see that you will have insane focus. Now, thirdly, your phone should be out of the room. No exceptions. When you're backtesting, when you're trading, when you're doing deep focus work, your phone should be out of the room, even if you work from home, right? This might sound silly, but I've never worked from home for a boss. Of course, working from home for myself, but I can imagine that you have a certain project that you need to work on every single day and need to make progression every single day. I'm gonna make a very bold statement, but I'm gonna say if you leave this one out of your room, I think you will get it done in half the time, literally. You will get your work done in half the time. So if your colleague Karen is working 8 hours a day on this certain project and you're doing 4, you can use these other 4 for something else, right? Of course, don't make your boss find out, as you probably will get more work after. But definitely, if you're working on yourself and if you're trading or if you're studying, put that phone out of the room. Now, I've gone to such an extreme that I have 2 phones, and on the phone that I regularly use, I've deleted all social media. No Instagram, no Facebook, no Snapchat, no TikTok, no nothing. Literally nothing. Only people can text me on WhatsApp. I can access my mails, I can access my school community, my agenda, and that's it. That's literally it. And on the other phone, I have my trading apps. So for social media, I literally need to go to Google on my computer and need to type in Instagram in order to post something or to read your DMs. But this is how extremely serious I'm taking it. And this is how extremely serious you should be taking it. Gonna be completely honest with you. If you're not doing this, then it's gonna take a lot longer to become successful. I know it's very drastically, it's not for everyone. But if you are able to commit to this, then I assure you, you're going to be successful a lot quicker than if you would not do this. And of course, close all other tabs. This is very important and very underrated, I would say, as you have your PC with your 1,000 apps. They're on the bottom if you're using a Mac. I think Windows is the same right now. And you have 20, 30, 40 tabs open on Google Chrome. Yes, I am like this. This is also still something for me to work on. But imagine if you just have one tab and you stay on this one tab until the job is done, right? No distractions from YouTube, no distractions from social media, no distractions from looking at your new car or looking at houses. I'm talking to myself right now. So it's very important. Just close all other tabs and focus on one thing. Now it is important to stay focused. What I like to do is I have this clock, right? Now the batteries died, I noticed today, but I have this clock and it's a very cheap like kitchen alarm thing, right? What I want you to do is put 50 minutes on here, 50, 45, I would say test it out a little bit and just work until this thing starts to beep. Now, what you're going to see is that not only are you going to be more focused, believe me, I don't know how it works, but I know that it works, is just work until this thing starts to beep. You have like a sort of an objective, you have a goal where you need to work towards to, staying focused and staying on your task until this thing starts to beep. And then after it beeps, so when the time is up, when the 15 minutes is up, you take a 10-minute break. You're probably going to say, oh, but I don't need breaks. I can work 2 hours straight. No, you can't. You can maybe sit behind your PC working 2 hours straight, but you're not going to do it with the 100% focus that is required in order to take good trades. As you're backtesting, you're not just waiting for a trade to occur. So you're constantly seeking trades, you're constantly looking, you're constantly analyzing. So you're constantly using your brain, literally the whole time. And what you will see is after 15 minutes, I see that the 15 minutes is for me is for like the sweet spot, right? So you will see that after these 15 minutes, you will be, I would say at 60 for me, I will be at 60 to 70% of my mental capabilities that I was 15 minutes ago, right? So then by just taking a 10-minute break and then starting again for another 50 minutes, I can sort of recharge inside of these 10 minutes, just giving my brain some rest and then go back at it. Now, what should you do? Should you go on Instagram? Should you go on whatever? No, again, not. Of course, just walk around, take something to drink, even go outside. That would be the best thing. Go outside. But then again, if you're living in an apartment and you need to go down for 10 minutes and go up, your 10 minutes are already up. But just try to do something. Try to do something active. Try to do something not focusing or looking at a screen. And just try to do something where you're not using focus. So now, the question of the hour. Why do we need to backtest? Going back to this one again. People didn't believe me when I told them I practiced harder than I played. But it was true. And that was my comfort zone was created by the time the game came. All I had to do was react to my body was already accustomed to doing. And with trading, this is exactly the same. So you have to see it like this. Your demo trading and your backtesting is your practicing. And whenever you are playing, when you're playing a match, when you're playing a game, this is when you're live trading. So if you're then live trading, you want to have trained your body to see the strategy as it happens. You want to get used to it. You want to make your subconscious also get used to it by seeing it 100, 200, 300, 500 times. And this way you will eliminate all other setups and start focusing on yours. Now, before we get into the backtesting, we will do some backtesting together. I need you to have your strategy in a checklist form. So that way it is easier to see what you need in a trade and so that you make sure every trade is going to be as good as the same. Then next, I want your split screen like this. You have your AVIX replay on the left, and you have your strategy on the right. Okay, so right now we are on the charts, and on the right you can see my checklist. And this is basically the trading strategy that I use right now at the moment. So price in a POI. It can be a 1 hour, 4 hour fair value gap or previous liquidity point. It can also be an order block. We get a liquidity grab between 8 and 11 AM. This is European Standard Time. So this is basically Frankfurt open and a little bit in London open. Now it is important to notice that this is not something that I wait for all the time, but it is a very good confluence to have. Now we get a displacement move and a market structure shift on the 1 minute, and you have a previous higher low that we retest. It could also be a very good confluence to go off from. Again, not something that I use all of the time. And then basically the same thing when we come out of a POI. So you just want to have on the right right here, and preferably you would really want to have it in a checklist form by using the checklist that Notion provides. So this to-do list right here, and you have your checks where you can check everything off. Now I do not have this for this current strategy, but if you're starting out backtesting, definitely do this. Okay, so let us analyze first. Let's go to the weekly and let's see. Okay, so price is coming down very aggressively. It's coming inside of a weekly OB right here, and we are marking out just that. So on a daily, as you can see, daily was very aggressively going upwards, but came down to retest this daily. Yeah, we could say OB right here. So now on a 4 hour, price is in this 4 hour order block and is moving up aggressively again. So then let's see on a 1 hour. So now we will look at this one. Price comes out of a POI. 1 hour is moving up aggressively. The 15-minute is also moving up. So I'm definitely looking at buying positions. Now I would really have liked it when I could buy right here when this market structure shift occurred on the 15. But right now we are moving up pretty aggressively and we were late. So let's see what price is going to do, as we are expecting a pullback right now, or we want a pullback right now, better said. Pullback comes to this previous high right here. So previous high or low, this is something that we could use. So right now price did create that pullback, but we want to see a displacement going up again and basically breaking market structure. Now we also want to see some type of liquidity grab. I think that would be a very good extra confluence to have right here at this moment in time. So 1 minute, let me see. It is creating that market structure shift right now. And also have a liquidity grab. We would need to break this low right here, most probably. So let us see. So price came up here, rejected this one. It's now going lower, most probably for this low. And it does. Okay, so now we want to see a market structure shift upwards. Market structure shift would be above this high. So we are going to put a stop order here. Stops need to be underneath this low, and then we are going to target a trend continuation. So trend continuation would look like we would target this high right here. So let's place the order. Let's do a stop order, and let's see what price is going to do. So, okay, it basically moves through it pretty aggressively and stops us out right here, or basically takes take profit right here. So that's great. Let's go to the next London session. And we are still right here, as you can see, still rejecting that 4 hour OB, but did not get a lot further since. So we would still remain bullish. Now let's see if we can get a liquidity grab of some kind. Okay, so we had a grab right here, and as you can see, very aggressively upwards after. Now this is something that we missed, but it is no worries. Okay, price comes back into this fair value gap. On the 1 minute, this could be a good move. The only thing is that we don't have a market structure shift until we break this high. I'm not counting this high as it is such a small move upwards, basically. Okay, so now price broke lower again. And now we can use some different highs for a market structure shift. This one, for example. We are also pushing into this OB right here at the bottom. So let's see. Price moves lower and lower. Okay, we are now breaking the first little high that we have right here, but I'm going to use this one as it is the first significant high, I would say, that we can cross for a market structure shift. So then we're targeting trade continuation, place the order. So it'll again be a buy order, stop limit. Let's see. Okay, we get tapped in, moving up gradually. Okay, and we are stopped out. So basically price came up to here, took out, I would say a little liquidity maybe from this high. Let me see on a, yeah, it just retested this high, then moved lower to take out most probably liquidity here, and then move up again. We have one win, one loss right now. So price is in a consolidation right here, but it is moving upwards gradually. So let's see on a lower time frame. Let's go to Frankfurt Open. Okay, so price took out liquidity right here. And now we want to see a market structure shift on a 1 minute. Now that is pretty difficult to see as we cannot use this small high right here, I would say. I'm comfortable taking a position once we break this high. Position would look like that, but then for continuation, I'm going to target this high right here. So we're placing an order. And now let's see what price is going to do. Okay, we're moving lower first. So we have to adjust our order. So now if we're going to break this high again, stops underneath here, we are going for that continuation. So let's see on a 5 minutes, our targets can be, I would say, this high at first. Yeah, let's just keep it modest. Let's just keep it modest and let's just target these highs. So let's place a stop order. Let's do a buy stop. Okay, so we're tapped in right now. Oh, price moves up pretty aggressively higher already. So what we can do now, as you can see, price is taking out these first highs right here and making equal to these ones. So pretty cool with FX Replay. If you just press this button next to your stop loss, you can put it on break even, just like you would do in a real trade, right? Or you can also, if you want to take partials, you can close your position and you can select how much you want to close off your position. Also very, very cool. And there we go. Targets taken out, double tops right here. A very, very good 1/4.5 position. Now, if we go to our dashboard and we click on here, we go to analytics, you can see literally everything that you would want to see from your trading strategy. The amount that you've made, the total trades, the win rate, your average risk to reward, your max risk to reward, the ideal, max ideal, buying and selling, win rate, the performance per hour, the performance per day, performance per month, and this is what it looks like on a daily basis. Also pretty cool to mention with FX Replay, you can't really go back on a chart like you can do with TradingView, so you also can't cheat yourself. So the results that you have will be real results that you can work with. Once your trading session is done, go to your analytics and see where you can improve on. Are there particularly parts that jump out that you can change or improve? And also make sure to journal every trade that you take. You can do this inside of FX Replay or you can do this just inside of Notion. But make sure to do that so that your data is on point. Then you start a new session with these improved points. And then after that session, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to see, okay, what are some things that I can improve on in the next trading session? So very important to mention is that you need to take your time when you're backtesting. Do not rush through it. If you're making silly mistakes due to not being focused or being in a rush to get the first 100 in, you will mess with your data. So really, do not rush. Because the most important thing is data. Data is king. So after backtesting your strategy for 100 trades, you'll be able to see your win rates, your average risk to reward, your average holding time, and also you will be able to see your best and worst days from this strategy. So really use this to your advantage, eliminate your weaknesses and double down on your strengths. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a thing or two. Again, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye guys.